And let's also, in fact, bring in now on the broadcast Yahya Mahamid. She lives in Ashkelon, Israel. There have been incoming of 200 rockets there. She's a sharpshooter in the IDF. Is joining us now. Okay, rather he is joining us now on the broadcast. Yahya, where are you right now? And tell us more about the situation.
Currently, I'm in the southern district of Israel. The situation is the status quo that we woke up to last Saturday. Many sirens from rockets that are being fired at Israeli civilians. This is very hard to comprehend, that some families and some Israeli civilians have 15 seconds to run into the shelters, even less. Others have up to a minute and a half. No sovereign country will allow the situation to continue and allow their citizens to suffer as such. The situation is hard, but thankfully we have the Iron Dome to protect us from those rockets.
Right. Where do you think this war is headed to now, also, Yahya?
This war, we were dragged into it on Saturday morning when all of Israel woke up to a surprise attack launched by the terrorist organization Hamas from the Gaza Strip. We were not the ones to start this operation. We were attacked by surprise. We, as the people of Israel and as our army, the Israel Defense Forces, have said, our mission and our goal of this whole operation is to dismantle the organization called Hamas. They have put too many Israeli lives at danger. They have killed thousands of Israeli civilians. They have abducted women and children and the elderly from Israel into the Gaza Strip. This has to end.
Yes, which parts of Israel are the worst impacted by the attack, Yahya?
It's not a matter of location when it comes to this. Many Israelis were called up to the reserve duty. This has affected the entire region. Actually, this has affected countries outside of our borders. Civilians from different countries internationally, including Americans, were abducted and killed by this organization. This goes beyond our borders.
Okay. What do you think triggered such a major attack by Hamas, Yahya?
What I think triggered this is an education of hate, a hate towards Jewish people for the matter of their religion and their nationality, a hatred that was allowed to go on and on by the leaders of the world, and everybody went silent. When rockets are fired at Israeli civilians, we rarely hear it at the international media. Meanwhile, if any terrorist attacks are carried out, God forbid, in Europe or anywhere else, it would be all over the news. Israeli life, human life, is important. What triggered this operation, according to Hamas, was provocation by Israel. And the provocation in their eyes were Jews trying to pray at their holiest site. There was no provocation. Everybody is allowed to pray. We are a democratic country who has freedom of religion. Any westernized country realizes that freedom of speech and freedom of religion is a must, and it's a cornerstone of democracy.
Okay, and what's the update then you can share with us on those who've been held hostage?
There were hundreds of Israelis that were kidnapped into the Gaza Strip. We saw on Saturday morning the barbaric Hamas members, terrorists, kidnapping Israelis. Women and the elderly were kidnapped. Children were kidnapped and driven by force to the Gaza Strip. Their whereabouts are unknown. Their condition is unknown. All I know that they took old women and children, and those people need care immediately. Hamas has portrayed a media stunt by releasing an old footage and claiming that they have released Israeli hostages. In matter of fact, on the ground, they have yet to release a single hostage. They have actually threatened. The official spokesperson for this terrorist organization has actually threatened in Arabic to go on Facebook Live and execute Israeli hostages if the Israeli Defense Force did not stop attacking their offices and their infrastructure in Gaza. I repeat, somebody went online and said we will execute hostages if this attack doesn't stop. Hamas is ISIS. Hamas is a terrorist organization, and they are not afraid to do it, to show it.
Yes, now there are a lot of disturbing videos as well which are circulating online, Yahya. Is there any advisory regarding them? And is there also internet restrictions which are there in impacted areas?
Social media platforms have been absolutely overwhelmed by the amount of graphic, absolutely graphic media that has been circling around from this attack. This includes decapitated bodies, burnt bodies, children who were decapitated and burnt alive. This is absolutely disgusting, and it must be condemned by the whole world. Social media is a way to connect and not a platform to share your terrorism on. Hamas terrorist members went on Facebook Live and shot Israeli civilians in their bed, sleeping. My advice to the world, whoever has the stomach for it, please go online and look at this material. Do not look away. Understand what we face in Israel.
My final question to you on your message to the world. Several world leaders, of course, are coming out in support of Israel. What would you send out as your message currently to those watching?
This is way bigger than just supporting Israel or the other side. If you do not support Israel at this current moment, you support terrorism. The people of Israel, the civilians of Israel, the kids of Israel, the children of Israel have been murdered in their houses. This is not a matter of Israel or the other side. This is a matter of humanity. This is about human rights. This is about the war crimes that were committed against the people solely on their religious background. Many presidents, prime ministers came out with their support to Israel, and I thank them for their bravery. And many countries have provided extra security for their Jewish communities. I thank them from the bottom of my heart. But the battle does not end there. The battle ends when Hamas ends. Hamas is ISIS, and we have to end it.
Okay, let me thank you there, Yahya Mahamid. Thank you very much for being with us.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.